Hello everyone. This is Fatima from Fatima's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make some fry bakes, and to go with this fry bakes for our supper this evening, I'm going to do some saltfish acras. So let's jump straight into it to get this dough started. Now I have my flour here, and just remember, all the recipe is going to be in our description box. So here I have my flour. To this I'm going to add baking powder. Yeah, I meant to see if you're seeing baking powder. Alright, to this I'm adding some baking powder. Now some salt. And as I use, it's yeast, but I say yeast. Some sugar, a little brown sugar. I'll just give all this a quick mix here. And I have a little bit of Crisco, and this is optional. You can even use butter also, but it is optional. So I'll just break this up here into the flour till it resembles a little breadcrumbs. Alright, just make a well in the middle. Now I have some lukewarm water here. I have 2 cups. I may use all or may not. It all depends. So I'll just go in with some. I'll just mix in here. Circular motion, like this. So you get it all mixed in. Just put that there. Then I'll add some more. Alright, then just squeeze as I go along. Alright, I'm just going to sprinkle just a little flour here and show you this motion here. Let's see. We need for about 5 minutes or so. Just on a nice flour surface. Now you can do it in the bowl and continue doing it, but I find it's a lot better certain quantity because I use 6 cups, so I prefer to do it just to roll on the a floured surface. See, until it's okay. Now I'll take a little bit of vegetable oil and just on my bowl, just put it there. And now I'm going to rest this here. So now I have the flour here. What I'm going to do, I have a damp paper towel, so I'll just put over here. And I also have a damp kitchen towel, right? A damp kitchen towel that I'm going to put like, warm area to set. Now is a quick and easy way too. You could set your microwave, heat it, and then you can put your flour in just there, so the heat will sort of help that to rise. Okay, now I am going to prepare the fish and the vegetables for the Accra. Okay, so while the flour for the bakes is sort of soaking, for a bit, I'm going to prepare this. So I'm going to turn on my heat to let the pan heat up to about 9. So let it heat up nicely. Just going to put some olive oil. I'm just eyeballing. Okay. Okay, to this I'm going to add some onions. Going to add some garlic. Now I have some colored bell peppers, green bell peppers, and some banana peppers. I'm going to add to this also. Mix that up nicely. Now this is my version because we love a lot of, I like colors. I like the crunch to it, with the peppers and the onions, and so rather than grating, I like the big pieces. I can cover it and let it sort of steam down a little bit, but I don't want to, then it will spring some liquid. I don't want that, so let it just cook on its own and still have a nice little crunch to it. I'll just lower the heat to like 6.5. Now to this, I'm going to add a little bit of very little fish seasoning. I don't want to add much salt or anything because even though I desalted and flaked the fish, it may still have, so I will add that after. Now here I have the codfish, saltfish, whatever we want to call it. In the States, I get one called bacalao. It's a salted fish which I desalt, I put in water. Of course, everything will be in the description box, in the recipe, and then I flake it. Okay, so to this, I'm going to add this now to the pot. I'll lower this heat here. I want to get every bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with green seasoning 2 tablespoons of green seasoning. I have some chopped up shadow benny or culantro. Now this again is optional. Give this a mix here because I'm doing this while everything because I want to cool it, let this cool down nicely. Alright, I'm going to add a little more olive oil. So now this is finished. I'll transfer to a dish and let it cool till I'm ready to mix the Accra, which I'll show you all later on. Okay, now I'm back. This is my dough. So I am going, see, it has risen. I'm going to make my balls and flatten and roll in preparation for frying in about 20-25 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to take my dough, put it on this flour surface here. Okay. Now I'm just going to, you can make it as big as you want. It depends on the size bake you want. So I'll continue making the balls. Okay, I'll just continue doing these. Now I like to do all of these one time because when you start frying, you don't have to stop to be doing this, to roll in. Okay. So let me just get on with this here. Put those there. Let me put my rolling pin. Okay, now, so I'll just lightly flour. This is the surface here. Okay, I'll also lightly flour the tray that I'm going to rest them on. This is the first tray, so I'll just flatten it like this. And then lightly roll it. And now you can even, alright, even though I have in my recipe description, in the description box that you roll, you can flatten it and just with your hand, you don't have to even do this. Now what I'm going to do with one, because to just show you, you can even do it, flatten it out with like this, where you don't even need to roll it, and I'll put this here. That's the first one on the other three. I'm just getting set all ready because I'm alone, so I'm getting all ready for when I start frying the bakes. I can have everything ready to rest it on and put it here. Now this is some oil I have because sometimes I drain it in my oil drainer. I had fried some bakes last week or week before, but of course I didn't do a video. So I have some oil left. So I usually strain it to do the bakes again one more time. I try to use it like twice. Now you can, I don't like to overcrowd the pan when I'm frying stuff. Now I can put 2 bakes at a time, Oh, but I start with one and I will do as I go along. Okay, so it's flowers. It seems to be really hot because you see my little what I put in it puffed up there. So I'm going to go in with one. Now I can use the tongue, which I like, but this has the rubber to it. I can't find the one that with the metal, so I might use the fork. And just give it a turn. Now you turn it once, but I like my bakes brown. So I like it crispy, so I would turn it like twice or so because I would like it to get brown on both sides. You see how nice it's swelling here? Okay. So I'll let this cook nicely here. Let it brown. So I'll give it a turn here now. You see it's getting brown. Look at this, how beautiful this is. Showing you again. And they all came out lovely. See how nice it is. Crusty on the outside, soft in the inside. Wow. Now this is the one that I didn't actually roll. As I told you, you don't have to, because you can just do it like that. La, la, la. Okay. So I'm going to turn off my stove. Now this got it rise nicely, but this is when you don't roll it. You see, it's nice. It's still soft on the inside and hard there, but this is it. But when you roll, you get a more puffier bake. Okay, now this is where I'm going to do the Accra mix. Now I have my flour, which I had sifted already in here. Okay. To this I'm going to add some baking powder, a little bit of yeast, and some all-purpose. I use either all-purpose, or if I can get the fish seasoning, I prefer to use the fish seasoning. So I'll just go in with that little amount until I know how the taste for salt. Then let me get a spoon. Even though I have green seasoning in there, I'm still going to go in with 1 tablespoon. Okay. I'm going to give this a nice mix up here. Now this all here, this is the fish that I had cooked with all the onions and bell pepper. So I'm going to mix this in here, and of course I'm not going to waste any, so I'm going to but I would throw this away. I'm going to give this a nice mix. Like a lot of the codfish, saltfish, I may have to add a little bit of flour, but I'll see as I mix it up. Now you can add a little soy sauce to this if you really want. To give it a little brown color. Some people put saffron, a little saffron and stuff, but I just like to do mine just like this. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the liquid, and then I'll know if I have to add a little more flour. I add a little bit at a time. Now I could have made like sulfur sauce with this as opposed to using making the Accras. But I like doing the Accra. I won't add anything else as yet until I know I fry one. So what I'm going to do, this is some of the oil which I strained, and I'm going to heat this oil up now. Get my bowl. Now, you can use a regular teaspoon and just put it in a little oil so it won't stick. I use the little ice cream scoop. This is a 1.5 teaspoon, or this is 1 teaspoon. Right? And so I can get it uniform, same size. It all depends on the size you want. Today, I think I'm going to use this, the 1.5, as opposed to the 1 teaspoonful. But I'll show you with both of them today. Now, what I do, I just have a little oil here and I do it like that. Both of them. Or sometimes you could put your hand in have a bowl with water and just with your hand sort of get that feel and do. But it won't be uniform. I guess I always did it like that with catering because you wanted everything to be the same size and stuff. Alright, this oil I wanted to get really hot. And then this is just my trial for taste before I do anything else. I know I'm going to go with the bigger one for sure. When I do this, it tells me whether I need more flour or anything in it, So I'll just... I think I'll have to take it for my son to check. Because I don't use a lot of salt. I'm more pepper person. Flavor is pepper for me. I like my Accras brown. You see, like that. I'll put that there. And this is the 1 teaspoonful, 1 teaspoon. Let me lower this heat here. You see, this is the 1 teaspoon and this is the 1.5 teaspoon. So I'm just going to get my son to taste it for me for flavor. Okay, now my tester said it wants some onion powder, a little more garlic powder. Well, I had fresh garlic and some of a little more fish seasoning. So I'll just go in with that. So I'll turn up the heat now. I'll just give this a nice mix here. Then I'll continue frying. Okay, now these are all the bakes I got. All right, you see them. Look at it, how nice and hollow. It's crunchy on the outside but soft on the inside. Look at that. Okay. So now these are the Accras that I got. Okay, now this is how you pack your Accras in, right? And then I have a sauce here that I just made, a quick sauce with ketchup, mustard, a little bit of sweet and sour sauce, and and a little bit of oyster sauce. And you just take this and you can put this on, right? And as I said earlier on in the video, you can have hot, when it's hot, or even like this, butter and cheese. Simple, a quick and easy, simple meal. All right. Now, thank you for viewing. Please like, leave us a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you back shortly. Not shortly, see you back soon. Have a good night.